Hi, we're talking about Your Money Matters on NDTV Profit, and my name is Alex Matthew. There was an interesting query that somebody brought to me recently, and which is why I thought that the first conversation of today should relate to that. There are several issues that people have spoken about with regard to their investments in the Employee Provident Fund, and this one was quite concerning. A colleague of mine said that his friend had not been seeing interest accrue in his EPF since 2023. And that's quite alarming because if you think about it, this is a corpus that builds over a period of time and the interest, as you know, compounds. What are the potential reasons why this might have occurred? Have you witnessed something like this as well? Or are you missing that interest is not accruing? How do you check? And if this is happening with you, how do you resolve this situation? To talk about all of those aspects, I'm joined today by Ketan Das, the business head, Provident Fund at Finright Technologies. Ketan, thanks so much for taking the time. Let me first ask, how often does this take place and what is the potential reason why this might have occurred?
Sure, Alex. So on most of the cases, you will not see a scenario where your interest doesn't get credited. But in the corner case that it does happen, so there could be a potential few reasons. The first one is to identify whether your PF account is operative or has it become inoperative. Now, technically, there are three scenarios where your account becomes inoperative. So from EPFO's definition, an account becomes inoperative if it hasn't received any contribution for over 3 years, that is 36 months, in case of retirement or permanent migration abroad, or in case of death of the member. So EPFO officially considers the retirement age as 55. So 55 plus 3 is 58. That is, till then, your account will accrue interest. If you've moved abroad, then the interest will stop after 3 years. Or if, in case of the member has deceased and the nominee has not claimed their PF, then it continues to earn interest only for 3 years.
Okay, so these are three instances where after 3 years, your PF will stop generating interest. Are there any other reasons, for example, if your KYC is not up to date, if there is a mismatch in the details on your identification and what has been uploaded or has been saved on the EPFO's site?
Correct. So there could be corner cases. For example, there is a delay in contributions by the employer, or if there is no contribution made by the employer on your behalf. Apart from it, like you mentioned, there could be KYC related errors. This could be especially true for accounts which were before the Aadhaar era, that is before 2014. If you have had PF accounts, those are not linked to your Aadhaar, and hence there is a possibility that there may be a mismatch in your date of birth or the KYC might be missing. In such cases as well, there is a chance that your interest might not be accruing. Apart from it, there could be scenarios where, for example, you had initiated a transfer, but the money never got credited into the other account, or you had applied for a withdrawal, but the money was never credited into your bank account. In such cases, typically the money is still with EPFO, but it's just lying around in the cash department, and it becomes quite a hassle to get your account back, money back into your account, and hence the interest for the period which was missing, for which the money was missing. So these could be some corner situations where the interest might go missing.
So just to be clear, in whatever situation, despite whatever reasons we have discussed so far, the window for which interest should ideally be credited in the case of any situation that has gone awry, it has to be 3 years, right? Like for a bare minimum, you should actually have gotten interest for 3 years, after which, for whatever reason, the organization will stop crediting interest. Is that the right interpretation?
So see, right now, the definition for crediting the interest was amended in 2016 and it's applicable right now. What you have to understand is your account will continue to earn interest till the age of 58. If you've left before the age of 55 anytime, let's say you've left at 45 age, then the account will continue to earn interest till the age of 58. However, if you're still working after the age of 55, let's say you left retirement, you retired at the age of 57, then 3 years after your retirement or the last contribution, so till 60, you will continue to earn the interest. So remember, you are technically eligible to earn interest till the age of 58, unless you've moved abroad. So that's a separate situation.
But if you've stopped work and if you've not
Yeah.
contributed or your employer has not contributed for a period of 3 years, that in that situation also your interest will stop, correct?
No, Alex. So EPFO will give you interest for whatever contributions you've made till the age of 58. So, for example, when we are talking about employer has not contributed, that might be a mistake, right? Technically, the employer is supposed to contribute every month, but if there is a delay, then the EPFO will get the remedies or the backlog, whatever the employer has to submit, and then give you the interest. But whatever contributions you've made before the error happened, you will continue to earn interest on that.
And we're absolutely certain about this because people have this doubt. And I know that you and I, Ketan, have spoken about this on past episodes as well, and it continues to crop up. In fact, in the comment section itself, people have said, wait, I haven't gotten interest. So why might that be?
Right. So, see, sometimes EPFO, so the amendment happened in 2016. If you're talking about any case before 2016, then there might be, the account might have been inoperative and there might be a delay in interest. However, if you haven't received interest, let's say the case that you mentioned at the start, where your friend didn't get interest after 2023, ideally that should not have happened. And to tackle the situation, there is a few remedies where you can, approach the PF office directly or raise online grievances or even RTI for that matter. And what you have to do is you have to establish that you are an Indian citizen, you are here in India, and you've been, filing taxes in India as an Indian citizen. You have your Aadhaar card, PAN card, passport, all of the details. If you provide, then you should be getting interest till the age of 58. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Now, in the first place, Ketan, it's a good idea to have your login to the EPFO website sorted and for you to get those updates on an ongoing basis that say that your contribution is actually going. It's kind of like a passbook that you get an SMS notification for. But in the absence of that, you should actually be going on that website to check whether interest is accruing. Would you say that that's a good idea? And how do you do that?
Absolutely. You should stay on top of it. You should always try and identify whether your contributions have been made. So you have to log into the EPFO passbook portal and you have to log in with your ID and password. But before that, if you don't have your ID and password, if you're not able to reset it, then you have to go and talk to your employer and get your KYC sorted. Your name, gender, date of birth should be accurate and your UAN must be linked to Aadhaar. Then only you will be able to log into the EPFO portal. So once you're able to log in, go to the passbook section, and in that, look for the table where it says interest accumulated till last financial year. So right now we are in this 25-26 financial year. So the interest till 31st March 2025 should be present in your account. Now, typically, the interest crediting part used to take a lot of time. In fact, till last year, it used to get dragged on till August or September. But this year, they've done it quickly and it was credited in July. Majority of the cases were done in July. But if you still see that though interest has been credited up to 31st March 2025, then you should definitely raise grievances with all the proof, with us, with your passbook, with your KYC documents, and get the interest updated as soon as possible.
Okay. Now, you mentioned already grievance redressal, and you said that you can get in touch with the Provident Fund Authority. Is there a physical office that you suggest that this should be done in, or do you mail somebody? How do you do it?
So, see, Alex, the way EPFO offices are structured is you have to identify where your PF account is registered with. A majority of the accounts are either registered with major metros like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, or Hyderabad. You have to identify where your PF office is located in, and you have to reach out to that office. So one way to identify is go to search establishment, enter the establishment code, and you will see the registered PF office. There you can reach out to them directly and ask about the interest, or else you can identify the mail ID of that PF office. But more often than not, there might be a delay in getting a response on the email ID. So physical visits or grievances through EPF IGMS or CP Grams is recommended.
Okay. And final question, and this does not relate to everything that we've done so far, but I just want to establish this point so that people are aware. In the event that you have completed the entire cycle, or as you've suggested, you stop working at some point, but you've not withdrawn your PF till the age of 58.
Right.
Does it automatically get credited to you, or do you have to apply for a withdrawal?
See, the interest will keep on getting credited.
No, I'm talking about the
after-
full corpus withdrawal.
Oh, full corpus withdrawal, it doesn't get automatically withdrawn. You have to apply for a withdrawal. You have to apply for Form 19, which is for full and final withdrawal. That's when you get your PF amount. And if you're eligible for pension, you have to apply for 10C for pension withdrawal if it is less than 10 years, or 10D for a monthly pension if your pension service is more than 10 years. So
Okay.
Form 90 and 10C or 10D.
Okay, okay. All right, Ketan, I think it's been a fruitful conversation as always, and useful. I would invite our viewers to write in if they've got confusions about any of these aspects that we've spoken about. I'm sure that you'll be willing to talk about it when the time comes. Thanks so much for taking the time today.
Thanks, Alex.
Right, so hopefully that has cleared some of the doubts that you might have had or might not have known that you had, and we've resolved all of that for now.